Here are my medical samples. The freezer's at minus 80 degrees. It's actually even a little colder, about minus 90 degrees C. Really cold. These medical samples are going to go in there. They'll be flash frozen, and then they'll be taken to the ground, frozen, so that then they can be analyzed on the ground and see how spaceflight changes your health. One of the things we're learning from this is about osteoporosis. You can analyze what's inside your medical samples, and you can find out how your body is retaining or losing its skeleton. And that, of course, is important for a long-duration spaceflight. On the way to Mars or somewhere, we've got to be able to keep a strong skeleton to be able to get out and work on Mars. But also, it applies to people on Earth. A lot of older folks get osteoporosis, and we don't really understand the mechanisms why in the body. And here, regular people instantly start getting osteoporosis at an accelerated rate because of changing one variable, gravity. So by studying our medical samples, we can try and help solve the problem of osteoporosis. But these have to go in the freezer.
It is a three-dimensional spheroid. However, I don't know that, and it has not been proven. Science doesn't prove anything.
Yes, just like the old days.
Meteor is headed to crash.
The astrolabe is a computer, a calculator, a perfect measuring mechanism based on a geocentric, stationary model of the Earth. This piece of artistic and scientific brilliance needs no accolade, nor pomp or circumstance to announce its own craftsmanship, for its modern-day workability itself proves the genius of its design. A very profound question we must ask ourselves is, if the Sun is traveling at roughly 500,000 miles an hour, and the Earth rotates around it at roughly 66,000 miles an hour, how is it even possible to map and track the same set of stars for thousands of years? If we are to assume that the ancients created this calculator with a complete lack of understanding the true heliocentricity of our solar system, and merely created this calculator of the heavens as understood from their perspective and viewpoint, how is it possible they could have crafted such an instrument that maintains such precision over thousands of years? To somehow think that an instrument of such a high and accurate degree of calculability merely works today out of dumb luck or by accident is rather obtuse. Whoever created this instrument, whatever culture or person made it, their knowledge and ingenuity has withstood the test of time. It would seem that the heavens and the working of its cycles have been known and measurable for a very, very long time.
On this day in space. On December 30th, 1930, the Earth's curvature was photographed for the first time. This photo was taken by Lieutenant Colonel Albert William Stevens, who was an officer in the U.S. Army Corps and an aerial photographer. He also happened to be a balloonist, and he once broke a world record for a high-altitude balloon flight. Stevens took this photo while flying an airplane over South America. He used infrared-sensitive film that worked well for long-distance aerial shots in which the subject was obscured by things like haze. The mountains he was photographing were more than 300 miles away, and he couldn't see them with his own eyes, but his camera was sensitive enough. The photo was the first visual proof that our planet is in fact round. And that's what happened on this day in space.
If I say that the world is round and someone else says it's flat, that's worth reporting. But you might also want to report on...
Obligation when writing a story is to give equal column space to all sides, or half to one of each side. And if someone says the Earth is round and someone says the Earth is flat, at some point you're going to make a judgment. The Earth is flat, people. The question we don't ask is the who.
Here's the thing. If you had a political faction that insisted that we teach that the world is flat, and it's a conspiracy of scientists and others who published these pictures where the world was round, after a while, people would insist that you not teach that anymore. Well, let me say that the evidence for the age of the Earth is every bit as compelling. The Earth is 4.5 billion years old, not 6 or 10,000 years old.
Not a political conspiracy, touch with science, that they believe rising sea levels don't matter because in their view, the extra water is just going to spill out over the sides of a flat Earth. Scientists to know that the Earth is round, science and determinations of science. And you don't need to be a scientist.
This is happening. It's happening now. It's happening faster than scientists had predicted it would, and it's happening to greater degrees than scientists predicted it would. And we need, as responsible leaders, to take account of science, not some cockamamie ideological hypothetical, but science. And we need to make clear that those members of the Flat Earth Society, we are going to make Paris the demarcation point where we begin to get the job done to save the planet, period.
They've been talking down. They must have been founding members of the Flat Earth Society. They would not have believed that the world was round. Willing to work with anybody. Republicans, Democrats, Independents, Libertarians, Greens, anybody to combat this threat on behalf of our kids. I'm open to all sorts of new ideas. Maybe better ideas. As a monopoly on patience for anyone who denies that this challenge is real. We don't have time for a meeting of the Flat Earth Society.
What responsibility do you think members of the media have to...
Whatever story you give, you have to give the opposing view, and then you could be viewed as balanced. In the clip that you showed of the president, you don't talk about the spherical Earth with NASA in it and then say, oh, now let's give equal time to the flat earthers. And it's gotten a lot of internet play. It said the good thing about science.
This does not require a rocket science degree, if there is such a thing. My friends, the Earth really is round. How round is it? Well, more than 660,000 Americans. Flat earthers, common sense that they will go bankrupt. So we have work to do, time to waste. I'm confident that with the leaders and trusted voices here today, we can do our part. As in May,
Looks like a member of the Flat Earth Society.
I think they begin to look like members of the Flat Earth Society.
Take pictures of it. It's just flat and gorgeous to see.
It was a massive dump.
His third address to the nation.
Myself included, flat earthers. And yet you people flat earthers. The science is against you on this. The science is clear.
The world was flat.
We find that very insulting.
About your sign. At that time, you had already talked to him. Yeah. So he said he was flattered.
And having a flat or superimposed.
Yeah.
I think he was flattered when he understood. When he understood that it was meant to be flattering. Can you imagine just the irony of it to be flattering? to be flattering, to be flattering, to be flattering, to be flattering, to be flattering.
It's flattering, and there's people say, it's nice, it's flattering, it's flat.
And dust out of which the planets were formed, and we now have the first young in the early stages of formation, is surrounded by this flat disk of is surrounded by this flat disk is surrounded by this flat disk is surrounded by this flat disk.
Bam.
My brain hurts! My brain hurts!
And I forgot this message.
2000 classroom?
A covert operation by one country's operatives pretending to be from another country is a false this attack. It's called a false flag attack.
I'm your host, Neil deGrasse Tyson. What does that mean?
It means if I'm ever at a bar and some flat earther comes up to me, I can quickly get back to my drink. Does that sound good?
Okay, so what I don't do,
what do you not
it may
do?
feel this way, and I've done it once, maybe twice, but what I don't do is debunk life doing that. I'm an educator. My task, full of shit.
Astrophysics, but his mission goes much wider, to get us all to respect scientific fact. So how's that going?
I don't have a good answer for that, and I poked around in the ether for what could be behind it that represents sort of an objective truth about this world. How that was conceived and done. And if no one can duplicate your results, it's not a result. But at the time you came up with your result, the press came up to you and said, this is amazing, let's make a headline. This undoes the cherished beliefs of generations of scientists. And so it leaves people thinking, lost track of what open mind means. When I say Earth is round, you're not being open-minded by saying, I wonder if it could also be flat. You have to know at what point the evidence is sufficient to have established an objectively true understanding of the natural world. Very happy for that. Here's another one where I have the objectively true side of an argument and the other person does not. Reveal that.
So if the moon is approximately 50 feet, I think, 30 to 50 feet from here, this would be, to this scale, a mile away. Show us where the International Space Station is, Hubble, etc.
Okay, so if the Earth were actually this size, the International Space Station would be orbiting about a half an inch above the surface. And that dude who jumped out of a perfectly good balloon, what's his name? Felix Baumgartner, he would have been about 2 millimeters above the surface of this globe. That's his edge of space jump.
Where? 2 millimeters. 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 2 milli
Now, you know, I don't. It's fine. He wants to. I don't have a problem if he does it, but the honesty of it would greatly diminish what I think people thought he was actually doing. And not only that, they made sure to photograph him standing there with a really wide-angle lens, which curves horizontal lines. Right. So in the photo, you see this curvature of Earth's surface, and he said, "Wow, he's in space. Look at that." No, he's not. At that height, you don't see the curvature of the Earth if you are 2 millimeters above this beach ball. You just don't. That stuff is flat. And then I showed examples of wide-angle lenses curving horizontal. I tweeted.
Meeting of the Flat Earth Society. Of the Flat Earth Society.
Says it's flat.
Meeting of the Flat Earth Society. Of the Flat Earth Society.
Says it's flat.
Meeting of the Flat Earth Society. Of the Flat Earth Society.
Says it's flat.
Meeting of the Flat Earth Society. Of the Flat Earth Society.
Says it's flat.
Meeting of the Flat Earth Society. Of the Flat Earth Society.
Says it's flat.
Meeting of the Flat Earth Society. Of the Flat Earth Society.
Says it's flat.
Meeting of the Flat Earth Society. Of the Flat Earth Society.
Says it's flat.
Meeting of the Flat Earth Society. Of the Flat Earth Society.
Says it's flat.
Meeting of the Flat Earth Society. Of the Flat Earth Society. Says it's flat.
Of the Flat Earth Society.
Says it's flat.
Of the Flat Earth Society.
Says it's flat. Says it's flat.
Says it's flat.
Says it's flat. Says it's flat. Says it's flat.
Says it's flat.
Says it's flat.
Meeting of the Flat Earth Society. Of the Flat Earth Society.
Says it's flat.
Meeting of the Flat Earth Society. Of the Flat Earth Society.
Says it's flat.
And that may lead just how we know the Earth to be banana-shaped. This new learning amazes me, Mr. Bedivere. Explain again how... And that may lead just how we know the Earth to be banana-shaped. And that may lead just how we know the Earth to be banana-shaped. This new learning amazes me, Mr. Bedivere. Know the Earth to be banana-shaped. This new learning amazes me, Mr. Bedivere. Explain again your... And that may lead just how we know the Earth to be banana-shaped.
You'll no doubt have heard that Earth is round, or an oblate spheroid, right? Wrong. In fact, scientists have now concluded the Earth is a flat, disc shape like a cookie. This free course will show you how the sphere Earth myth started, with propaganda from explorer Ferdinand Magellan. Why all round images are photoshopped. Why Australians would fall off if the Earth were round. And what happens if you try to sail off the edge. If you enjoyed this, check out some of our other great learning content, including
I think this is the most incredible place we've ever been. The people are so complex. I love them. I just think they're wonderful. I mean, I think we've underestimated the life on this planet. The people have so much courage. Here they are hurling through space on a molten rock at 67,000 miles an hour, and the only thing that keeps them from flying out of their shoes is their misplaced faith in gravity.
So I will not enter a debate where I have the objectively true side of an argument and the other person does not. So I will not enter a debate where I have the objectively true side of an argument and the other person does not. But
millennials are not, or only 64% are convinced that the world is a ball.
So we're a pear-shaped theoretical oblate spheroid. Right?
I had asked you to debate one of them flat Earth guys.
No, I don't. I no. Can't. I can't. No. Can't. I no. Can't. No. I don't. I can't. I no.
I know. We talked about it, and we're gonna have him on Skype.
No, I don't. I can't. Preposterous. I try not to base my character profile on something that is not yet verified as objective truth.
He looks me right in the eye, gives me one of these. He goes, you got any gum? You got any gum?
Yeah, so yeah, asked you for some gum. Yeah.
That's right.
Okay. And it was at 99,400 was our last recorded value before it burst. Okay. Which is pretty amazing.
And the balloon project captured amazing images. That dark spot is the shadow of the moon on the Earth. It was one of the primary goals for the team. So, successful.
Successful. Very successful.
You'd be proud of the team? I would
They did a great job. They worked well together. They technically were proficient and fun to be around.
Christopher Columbus in a world that's flat. You don't know everything.
Right. Yeah, it's Johnny Apples and the headphone. Just want to remind people, don't let flat earth get you down. Right, don't let it do it to you. Go study this beautiful earth that we live on. Remember. Don't let flat earth get you down, darling. Don't let flat earth get you down. Don't let flat earth get you down, darling. Don't let flat earth get you down. Don't let flat earth get you down. Don't let flat earth get you down, darling. Don't let flat earth get you down. Don't let flat earth get you down. It's my darling baby, yeah. All I ever wanted was someone to drive me crazy, but don't let flat earth get you down. 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 Don't let flat earth mess you up, down, darling. You know, 'cause like when I first went to school, they didn't like me. You know, I was kicked out, got kicked out, put into another school, and then into another school, and then another school, yeah. Right, so, you know, some of us have a little different in the road, you know what I mean? But we're all doing the same thing, we're just looking for one thing, and we all know what that is, you know? We're all looking for love, all looking for love, all looking for love, all looking for love. We're all looking for love. We're all looking for love. are looking for love, are looking for love. Don't let flat earth get you down. Don't let flat earth mess you around. Don't let flat earth get you down. Don't let flat earth get you down.
The meteor is headed to crash in.